for sure. That's what friends are for.
Hey folks, Crazy Glamour 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at game number 9 in our 20 from 1985 series. And this is one of the all-time classics by the company Capcom. This is also one of their harder games, and this is called Commando. And you have an 8-way joystick and a fire button in which you shoot from your rifle at the enemies, and a second button in which you lob grenades at your enemies. This game is really hard because enemies can surround you from all angles, and they constantly take shots at you. Some of them lob grenades and can also shoot at you. And your grenades just do not seem to have a very wide blast radius, which really sucks. But it's very engaging. The action is just non-stop. It can be frustrating, but and you'll note that in the high score list there's a number of Capcom games in there. But something that's strange about this game is there's no attract mode. You don't see any gameplay going on. So let's just go ahead and get started. I hope you all had a great weekend. Mine was pretty productive. I had a good weekend. Yeah, this is a vertically scrolling game. It's not forced scrolling, but enemies will just keep appearing, so it might be a good idea to move along. But don't move along too quickly, because you can run headlong into bullets. At some points, there might be prisoners of war that you can collect for money, or for points. And note that there are gold bars that you can collect. That is the way that you get grenades back. Now, the game in the attract mode said that you can get an extra life at 10,000 and every 500,000 or something. That's ridiculous. It's actually 50,000. But dying is quite easy to come across in this game. At the end of each stage, there's going to be like an outpouring of enemies, and you need to survive them all. But it's good to constantly be moving, and boy, I just barely missed getting shot there at the end. You will see a little brief scene of your commando smoking, eating rations, cooking something over the fire or something like that. Don't fall in these foxholes here, you'll die. Doesn't seem like it's very deep, but you'll die. But yeah, if you want to replenish your grenade supply, pick up the gold bars. Now you can get shot under that bridge where you can't see the bullets, which really is lame. But I saw this at all the arcades. This was very popular. This had a couple of sequels, Bionic Commando and Mercs. And there was a very good NES port, which we'll look at a little bit later. Ah, crap. You can blow up those forts that have the cannons, and you'll need 2 grenades to do so. Now note that when you lob a grenade, it is always straight up. But like I said, you need 2 grenades to take out those forts with the cannons. There never seems to be a safe place during the quote-unquote boss area where the enemies just pour out. The bullets and grenades always seem to be able to reach you. But after the doors open and your commando starts walking towards them, you can walk right through bullets or through water that would normally kill you if you fell in it. And you'll be able to beat the level, and you'll see some sort of cutscene. Yeah, I kind of prefer the NES version. It's a little bit easier. And there's all sorts of hidden sub areas you can go into. We'll look at that later. You can destroy these. Whoops! You can destroy those vans or those trucks with one grenade. And again, remember that your commando will hoist a grenade vertically. You can't throw them left or right or downwards. They'll throw straight upwards. So just get your guy in position and chuck him upwards. You cannot, whoops, you cannot shoot those bazooka guys. You have to grenade them. And we get to put in a lot of initials for our name. So I get to put in my full first name and then some. So I'll put in Russell Son. A number of Capcom games allowed for 10 letters. Russell Son. And I got first place over Vulgus and Sun and a number of other names that were Capcom games in the high score list. But that is Capcom, and we are going to look at the rest of the game. I will play through the rest of the game with invincibility. Invincibility cheat on through MAME. There are 4 areas. And then you get to play 4 new areas. So there are basically a total of 8 areas, and then they just repeat after that. The game says you completed all missions or whatever once you defeat the 8 stages. You cannot bomb, or grenade those planes, nor can you grenade these forts that the enemy sometimes comes out of. You can destroy foliage. You can destroy the trees. I never knew that until recently. You can't destroy the guys up in the towers shooting at you. That sucks. I guess you just... It looks like you're chucking the grenades up at them, but I guess you don't quite have the arm to actually kill them. And now here is a fortress. The end of the first go-round, and we have to kill the guys in the windows and destroy all the foot soldiers. And then we hitch a chopper ride to the next set of 4 rounds. Your first duty finished. Congratulations. And then, for some reason, we have a glitch of your guy in sprite of your guy appearing in front of you, and then he disappears. But yeah, collision with not only bullets or grenades, or grenade blast radius from the enemy, but just contact with an enemy will kill you. Falling in water will kill you, and falling into a foxhole or just a hole around the bridge will kill you, unless you have invincibility on. And again, those piles of gold will give you extra grenades, and I believe they give you 3 every time. There's sometimes like a single bar of gold and a pile of like 3 bars of gold, and I think they are always 3. They might be different point values, the small to the larger ones. But we're gonna do a quick playthrough, and yeah, even without invincibility, if you've already killed all the enemies at the end, you will be able to walk through the water without dying. It's just a little puddle of water, but it somehow manages to kill you. But yeah, you takes 2 grenades to destroy those cannon forts there. I first saw this game, I think, at a 7-Eleven, and I'd seen it in a number of arcades after that. But I played it a little bit in the arcades, and it just kicked my ass. Sometimes you will see guys in green garb, green military garb, and they will be worth like 1,000 points. And if 2 of them are escorting a prisoner of war, here we have bazooka guys, then one will be 1,000 and the other will be 2,000. In the NES version, if you rescue any prisoners of war, you will get a bonus for them at the end of a stage. That does not happen in this game. The thing I like most about Commando for the NES is all those secret areas, and you uncover them by chucking a grenade at certain places, and then a ladder will appear and you climb down it into the secret area. And note that we get medals representing how many stages we've beaten. And I have invincibility on, but for some reason the death sound happened when I touched an enemy or got shot or something. And now the soundtrack has been eliminated. I don't know why that happened. There's other special power-ups and bonus items that you can collect in the NES version that are not in the arcade version. The Yashichi, the famed Capcom Yashichi, makes an appearance at some point if you can uncover it. But yeah, one grenade will take out that truck there. Yeah, you'll get killed if you run into a vehicle. It sounds so weird to not have the soundtrack. It'll recover after this here. But yeah, we're just gonna do a quick playthrough of the repeat of stages, or the next set of stages. And now the guy is cleaning his gun, his rifle. Yeah, like I said, you get an extra life at like is it 10,000, and then I think every 50,000, although the attract mode says like 500,000 or something like that. That's not right. But yeah, that is kind of weird that this game does not have an attract mode. Very unusual. Just about every game, arcade game, has had an attract mode. I made a series of videos on what happens when you use invincibility in an attract mode for a whole bunch of classic arcade games. I had like 5 of those videos, if that sounds interesting to you. Well, that was kind of an interesting idea. But now we're gonna complete the second set of 4 stages. And the game will tell me all stages clear or whatever. And then we start over with the first 4. Yeah, your every duty finished. But that is Commando. And we're going to look at me dying in... Yeah, there's me destroying the foliage. You get, I think, 500 points. And here's you dying if you go into the foxholes. And dying if you fall into water.
Help me! I can't swim! I'm drowning! I'm drowning!
Robin Hood Men in Tights. But now we're going to look at the NES port of Commando, and it's really quite good. I used to have this. Great music, great action, and like I said, all sorts of hidden special surprises. Some of the surprises you can uncover by walking in certain places, or you might need to grenade certain places. There are graphical glitches. Some of the helicopter disappears as the propellers spin around. Here is one of the surprises coming up, and there's a special grenade that's a smart bomb. Isn't that nice? You get one of them. And there's one of the underground ladders. And you can rescue hostages or prisoners of war for extra points, or they might give you extra grenades. But you can also get extra grenades by picking up the gold bars like in the arcade. And here's another ladder here. Yikes, I got stuck on the bazooka. Some of the poles, if they're empty, if you shoot them enough, they'll turn into a Yashichi, I think, and you can get an extra life by collecting it. And there'll be multiple rooms in the underground area sometimes, and you'll just need to take the ladder back up. I think you'll be put just before the hidden ladder area, but you can't uncover it again. I think that's correct. And we'll look at another one here on the bridge. Now, come on. There we go. Yeah, I was very impressed with this port of Commando. Yeah, this time they will give me grenades. Extra grenades. Sometimes there's dangers down here you gotta watch out for. And here's an ending area. There's also these guys with shields. And we get another cutscene. This guy is sitting on a rock, but it looks like he has a big fat dress. It's hard to tell. He's eating rations. But that was Commando, game number 9 in our 20 from 1985 series. Created by Capcom, another Capcom classic. Well, this is Crazy Clem Racing. Thanks for watching Commando, game number 9 in our 20 from 1985 series. Hope to see you soon with game number 8. Y'all take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.